Country music.
Folks, thanks so much for turning out this morning at the Liverpool Beatles Museum. And isn't it really, really nice to be out and about again and seeing people again? Yeah, being able to hug again. Yeah, so even strangers. Or is that just me? That might just be me. Yeah. So Your Honour. But we've got something really special for you today. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. It was something that came our way about 2 years ago, and it was going to be delivered to the museum from the family, and then we went into a COVID lockdown, so that didn't happen. And then we had that little respite in the middle of COVID where we thought we were going to come out, and they were going to deliver it again, and we went back into lockdown. And then I lost the family's telephone number, and then I didn't know how to get in touch with them, and I thought, well, you've blown that. And then they got in touch again and said, have you lost interest? And I said, I haven't lost interest. They said, why haven't you been in touch? I said, well, to be totally honest, I lost your telephone number, so I couldn't get in touch. So they said, do you still want it? And I said, we would love to have it. So they brought it to the museum, we saw what it was, we absolutely loved it and thought we need to do something special with that. But on the side of doing something special with that, and this was brought up by one of our managers, we put many, many items into the museum, and we're still only now at about 10% of the collection that we have. There's only 10% of the collection in here. There's a lot of items, again, coming in at the end of October. But one of our managers said to me, he said, Roag, he said, because you've grown up around this stuff, he said, you're putting things in, going, put that in a display cabinet, put that on the wall. He said, off you go. He said, you're putting things, he said, that really, he said, you should be telling our press friends about. So I've now decided that yes, he was right, and we should be doing that. So we're doing, this is the first of 4 reveals. We're going to do it as an annual thing, but this is our first year doing it. There's going to be a reveal in September, this one. There's going to be another one in November. There's going to be another one in January, and another one in March. I'd say 2 of the other reveals are good, one's great, and one is absolutely going to blow your minds, and we know that it will go international. It'll be everywhere because people don't realise that it exists. But that's one of our biggies that's coming your way. That'll be before we get back into season next year. Yeah, so funny. Why did I say season and think of my dog? So, we've just got a bitch, you see. We've got a male dog, and I can see him just looking at her all the time, you know. So it won't matter. He doesn't realise he's losing his nuts in the next couple of weeks. So I'm looking at him smiling and thinking, you won't be smiling in a few weeks, lad. So anyway. Our special guest today, our guest of honour today is Julia Baird. Julia, where are you?
Yeah.
She's there. She's there. Julia's here today. She's our guest of honour. And Julia will be doing the unveiling. And Julia will be telling you at the unveiling. I'm not going to steal Julia's thunder, but Julia's going to tell you what it's all about. So, boys and girls, if you'd like to make your way up to the 3rd floor. Right, folks, I'm going to hand you over to Julia Baird. She's going to tell you all about it.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I've learned over the last week, because I came a week ago, and I have to confess that this is only the 2nd time that I've actually seen this painting, because I didn't know it existed. I vaguely knew about Jon Hague, about a friend of John's at art school. The main one, of course, was, apart from Cynthia, was Stuart. So I vaguely knew about this other John. Our John was going to be a commercial artist, and he became this figurative artist, didn't he? Which you keep forgetting the name of. So this is like figurative art, which I would recognise the style, but I'm not an artist, and I didn't know that that was the name for it. So they became friends in art school, became known as the two Johns. He's, I think, 2 years older than John. And they maintained that friendship. Obviously meant he was a very well recognised for his talents. And he did some pictures of the Beatles. And one of the main ones he did was in 1967, somewhere in London, Roag.
Yeah, I think the Royal Academy of Arts exhibited it.
Yes, and that was in 1967, and John and Paul together sponsored that exhibition for John's friend Jon Hague, and John ended up buying the sort of sister painting to this. We believe he paid £50,000 for it. I don't know, and we don't know where it is. Roag has had a look. We've no idea if it's in New York or was left in Tittenhurst, or we don't know. That was in 1967. When John died in 1980, Jon Hague repainted. Now, I don't know how similar it is. How similar is it?
It's similar, but I've got to be honest, I think it's actually better than the first one.
Right, well, it's the Sgt. Pepper theme of the Beatles again, this figurative art that John had liked, and our John had liked. So this is the painting that he painted for himself after John died, and it remained with his family. And a couple of years ago, 2015, Jon Hague himself died, and the family eventually got to Roag, and well, you heard downstairs that it's now come here as a gift.
Yeah.
As a gift, which is really nice. So it is art that John himself liked, to the point of paying quite a lot of money in those days for it. And maybe the other painting will show up now.
Yeah, most probably. That sounds to happen, doesn't it?
If somebody gets to hear about this,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe there'll be a twin here. That's Kenwood, that's John's house. When it was all done up, when we went, it was like a lot of rubble in the garden. They were still doing it, but that's it all fancied up. And these are the seats, as you can see. There's John with the seat, and that lovely picture of Cynthia. So it all evokes that time when John was still in Liverpool, still in the UK, still hadn't sort of gone off to America. It's all that first part of his life. So you will see pictures of Julia, and you'll see pictures and chats here of Cynthia, because it's that stage of their lives. Is there a string?
No, there isn't a string. We're not that posh, unfortunately.
Champagne.
It's a case of getting hold of it at one side and giving it one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, Roag.
Go on then. Yeah. So folks, we hope you like it. Take the time to check it out for yourselves. Have a wander around the museum. You're our guests. Just enjoy the morning, and we'll see some of you again in November. We'll see some of you again in November. We're doing another reveal in November, and you're gonna like that one. This guy's got the reveal in November. This guy's gonna go, how did you get that? Thanks, Julia. Thanks.